Hi, it's Jessica Wade from YWAIT Agency, where we turn clicks into clients and some days into done. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to turn your automated swag store into a lead generation machine. We're using YWAIT's platform powered by Go HighLevel. By the end of this video, you'll have a pop up that ethically bribes visitors with a coupon. Auto sends their discount, tracks them in a pipeline, and follows up smartly if they don't buy. Let's go. Okay, we are starting inside your account that already has an automated swag store and automations built by YWait. Our goal is to capture leads with a 15% off offer, deliver the code automatically, and nudge non buyers without lifting a finger. So let's dive right in. We are going to go to Sites. We are going to look for your swag store folder. I'm sorry, Sites website, and then we're going to look for your swag store. Okay, here we go. From here, you will go ahead and pull up your swag store. This is where you had previously set it up, got it all integrated with the products from Printful that we reviewed in previous modules. So when we go ahead and click on preview, we will see your products that were created in Printful. And after a few moments, we'll see this pop up with the 15% off. It's going to ask for the first name, last name, phone number, email, and consent. And that is our gateway in. Now, if you want to edit this pop up, you will go ahead and go back to your store view. You'll click edit. And then from here, you are going to look for the icon that is like the piece of paper with the line that says pop up settings. And then you'll be able to see the pop up that we've already created. And this is what it will look like. So if you want to change the color or some of the wording, you can edit accordingly as to how we've showed you in previous modules. Now, this section is the form. So if you actually want to edit this portion, you're going to need to click on it and then go to edit form. And the form builder will pop up. And this is where you can edit the actual components of the form. This is also where you can edit the styles. On the left-hand side, you can see the background codes, miscellaneous, the themes, and advanced. Now, once they hit submit, if you click on settings, you can edit what the message will reflect on the customer side after they've submit. So in this case, it's just a message will pop up. It says, check your inbox for your code. You may now close this window. Thanks. Okay, always save changes and information that you might be doing. In this case, we didn't make any changes, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to hit save and then we'll click on close and we are back to our window here. Now, you also can edit how quick this pop-up shows up. So I usually recommend pro tip for it to display after 4 seconds. It's just enough time for them to get on the website. It's not so quick that it's annoying, but it's also not so long that you're going to lose their attention. So it's soon enough to catch their attention, but not so fast to be in that annoying realm. And yes, visitors can just click this little X box and keep shopping. No harm, no foul if they decide that they do not want to opt in for your 15% off. Okay, so now that they have submitted their information, how do we actually deliver this code? So let's pop over to your automations. So we will go ahead and go back and we will click on automations. You may have multiple automations. YWait built it out for you. You're going to be looking for the YWait swag store. And here are the various automations that are attached to this campaign. And we will dive into what each of them mean. So for the 15% off, we're going to want to go to the swag store Fast 5 automation. And from here, let's kind of break down what this means and what's happening so you can understand. Now, by no means do you have to know how to build out these automations. That's something that YWait does for you. But it's important to understand the cycle that your customer will be going through. So this is the form trigger. This is that lead generation form that they clicked on, that 15% off. They filled out that form. And once they fill out that form, this trigger will go off. So it will put them into this automation that will create their opportunity inside your pipeline for the swag store. It will automatically send them the code. So, this is how they're getting that code without you having to do any extra steps. This is a pre designed template email. You can go ahead and edit that underneath your marketing emails or directly in here. Let me go ahead and show you that real quick. You will go ahead and click the back button. You will go to marketing. Up here, you will click on emails, then templates, and you're going to look for the swag store. And this is where you will see each of those emails that are associated with the various campaigns for the swag store. So here's that 15% off offer claim email. You can go ahead and open this up. And again, using the same formatting tools that we've discussed in previous modules, you can go ahead and edit your logo or edit the choices of words and copy, the colors of the button, if you want your social media campaigns on there, all of these fun things. But this is what the email would look like. And let's go back to our automations here. I have a lot of automations. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Swag Store, and Fast Five. Okay, so they're going to get that initial offer with the 15% off, and then it's going to wait just zero point 0.1 minutes and it will generate a text message. Most of your clients are going to go off of the text message. It tends to be the quickest and most preferred, but we send it by email and via text, and it'll give them the code that they need to enter at checkout. Now, from here, it's going to wait. And if they already used that code, it'll end. If they have not used that code, it'll wait a day and it'll send them a follow up saying, hey, contact name, which is pulling from the contact field. So you don't have to change that. It's organic for any contact that's going towards. Just checking in to see if we're still planning on using our coupon. So this is going to nurture them. If they did not check out in that first interaction, it'll give them a gentle nudge to go back in there and utilize that coupon. Okay, so in that Fast Five automation, you're probably wondering, what does this create opportunity? What is the swag store pipeline? Let's go ahead and look at that really quickly. So the idea here is that you can track your customers on various stages. In this case, we're going to go to opportunities. You may have multiple pipelines or you might just have one. In this case, we're going to make sure that we're on the swag store pipeline. And it's basically a very simple pipeline. Anybody that fills out that form is going to automatically have a card created here and opt in. And then if they do purchase, it'll go to checkout. So, as an example, a pipeline here, you'll see these are cards that are created and you can track them along the way. In this case, brand new store, no opt ins yet, but once longer your store is live, the more opt-ins you'll start seeing from that 15% off coupon. And mind you, that 15% off coupon is just a starting point. It's just kind of where I started things. You can go in and update that 15% off to whatever offer that you want, however you want that to look, and we will dive into what that looks like as well. Now, in this Fast Five, we have this condition down here that if a purchase was made, nothing happens. If a purchase was not made, then they wait after 1 day and they get that reminder to use their coupon. Now, how does it know if a purchase was made or not? That's where our next automation comes in. So if we look at the 1.2 new purchase opportunity and tag. So this is a trigger based off an order being submitted through your store. So when the client does order something, it will update their opportunity inside your pipeline from the opt in stage to checkout. That was that pipeline we just looked over. It will also add a tag to the contact titled Swag Store Checkout. So you'll know that that individual contact purchased from your swag store. Now, the purpose of adding a tag allows you to sort your contacts by that tag so that you can target and follow up with individuals who have previously purchased from your swag store. Another benefit to the tag is that that is the corresponding condition down here. If it did not have the tag, then they are going to get that text message. So you can really hone in on specific clients in specific cycles utilizing these tools and automations. So we now have the automation set up so that when a client is on your website in the swag store, they opt in for that 15% off. They will now go through this nurture campaign that will progress them through your pipeline according to where they are, send them email correspondence with that 15% off code, and continue to nurture them if they have not used it. But begs the question, how does that code even work? Where does it come from? How do you know that it's working? That is going to live over in payments. So let's take a look at that. We're going to click the back button. We're going to go to payments. And then from here, we're going to click on coupons. Now, you may have a few coupons. I've got two here. Let's focus for this module on the 15% off coupon. So, what you would do is if you don't already have it in here, which if we set up your swag store for you, you would. But if you wanted to create another coupon or alter the existing coupon, you could click on create coupon and you would title the coupon name. So let's just go wild here and say 50% off. Um, and then you would match a corresponding code. This is going to be the code that they actually enter in checkout to be able to apply the discount. Then you have your coupon type. So you've got percentage coupon, fixed coupon. In this case, it's a percentage. You could do a fixed coupon where they get $5 off every order or whatever that might look like for you. In this case, we're doing the 50% off. So we'll put in the discount. Offer is 50%. You'll choose a start date. You can leave start time and end date and end time alone, unless you want this to only be valid for a certain time. So some circumstances that might be the case would be like maybe a Black Friday deal, or maybe you're having a flash sale and it's only going to be valid for 2 hours, and you're promoting it through social media to try to make sure that they're getting in here and getting these options. But you can mess around with those. The possibilities are endless. Then we have some of these options down here where it says limit the total number of times the coupon can be redeemed. This is key if you are looking to only give out a certain number of coupons. So let's say the first 25 people will get a coupon. You can designate 25 here. So only 25 coupons will be sent out. In this case, we want it to be endless, so we don't want to select that. But then this next one says limit this coupon to select product or offers. So if you had a specific offer that you wanted this coupon to apply to, that's where you would select it here. Again, in this case, we want them to be able to apply it to all products, so we're not going to go ahead and select that one. And then this one is limit to one use per customer. We are going to select this one because the importance of this one is we don't want the customer continuously getting 15% off or 50% off, whatever the offer is. It's a one-time coupon. Then the last one here is apply to reoccurring future payments based on the duration of forever, if applicable. Now, this is if you have subscriptions. It's a great new feature where you can apply these discounts to future payments if they are on a subscription model. This isn't a subscription, so we won't be selecting that one. But once you've created that, you'll go ahead and click create. And then there you have it. You've got your coupon. Now, for that particular campaign that we did with the 50% off, let's take a look here at what that looks like. Bear with me here. So we can click on edit and you'll see how this is designated here. So 15% off, it's a percentage coupon when it was created, and then it is designated for one per per customer. So there you have it. You have your lead capture form on your website to be able to generate those leads and reoccurring customers that almost every single e-commerce store out there has incentivized with some type of similar offer. This is just one of many ways to generate leads within your CRM here with YWait. You've got everything that's needed from the coupon being set up to nurturing that lead and putting it through a campaign that will help entice them to drive those sales and automate this entire process for you. So there you have it. That's the end of the lead generation for your swag store. You are now ready to move on to the next module.